Hey guys, my name is Zeniac and welcome back to another episode of SnowTown here in City Skylines, where last episode guys, we prepared ourselves for creating Fantasy Island, which is going to be our beautiful little tourist island, which is going to contain our theme park, our zoo, and our nature reserve. And I asked you guys to give me some name suggestions for these in the comment section down below. You guys delivered, and that is what we're going to be creating today. So if you guys do enjoy this, I want to see more of SnowTown in the future, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. And if you're on new end here, then make sure you do subscribe so you're notified when that next episode does come out. Now, this is what we created last episode. Well, we didn't create it. We kind of reclaimed the land. We set up our little on and off section to the highway, which is being utilized quite heavily. But I take it a lot of people around here don't want to drive all the way down here to then go all the way back. It's just quicker to go off there to drive down to go in rather than going all the way down to turn off to go in. So it's handy for some. It might need a roundabout when we start implementing our brand new free kind of parks in a sense on this island, but it should be pretty exciting. So I've made room. Each of these roads sticking out there, and there is going to be the entry point to these areas. And I think I'm going to put the theme park here. I'm going to do the zoo here. And then the nature reserve here. Nice and long and kind of wide. We've got more room for the nature reserve. So they can go on a rambling walk and get lost through the woods. What I'm also going to do as well is trying to get rid of the yellow snow. So it's not by default, I place it down, but it's currently farming land, what creates the yellow snow. So if I kind of get rid of it, and make the brush size a lot bigger, that gets to the yellow snow. We should get rid of it in other areas too, like going down here, because we don't really have any farming whatsoever on this little section. So I can kind of kill it off. Even down to here, I can kind of like slightly brush away from it, because I don't like the colour of it. I wish it never made yellow snow. I really do. It's kind of weird that it does that, thinking about it. It really is. But anyway, back to normal, which is all good. And what we're going to do is we're going to kind of set up a small little car park for each one before we then go on to build the entrances. So we'll kind of do it step by step. We'll do the car parks first, then we'll do the entrances for each one. We'll zone the area, give them their names, and then slowly build them one by one. So, car park. Right, so we've already got this road coming in. I think we'll come out by 5. Right, let me try something because I don't know how well this is going to look. So if I go for this size here, or I could go for the chunkier size with the anarchy that. And how does that look in terms of, is it one of these? Almost. Almost. Can we get away with that? Well, if we can't get away with it, we're getting away with it right now. And if I was to put the nature reserve on this one, does the main gate fit here? It does. So that kind of works. Right. With that logic, let's try and replicate that to all the other sides then. So we came out by 5, came out by 5, came down by 10 in like this. Oh, that's 6. That's 6, you damn folio. And then we upgrade. Bam, shabam. And then I know these kind of slightly overlap, but you know, I'm not gonna do it perfect. It is what it is at the end of the day. So this is gonna be the zoo. So the main entrance, shabam, goes there. Really exciting again. And then we'll do this side too next then. So back down to here. So didn't mean to upgrade you to that road. There we go. So out by 5, down by 10, out by 5, up by 10 and across. Simple, simple, simple. Shabam, shabam. I could put some trees running down the line there as well to kind of make it look a little bit nicer. But squeeze all this in. There we go. Oh, and then we need to put the... so this is going to be the theme park, wasn't it? This is going to be the theme park right now. So the main gate Bam. Now, I know they're not perfectly center to the road coming up, but they're good as. So, now we've done that, let's now get in. Is this the park one? Yeah. The kind of zoning for them. So, that will kind of be for this little area here. It might push down to there, depending on how much room we've got. There we go for that. The national park, all the way down to here. And this is probably going to be the biggest one out of all of them. There we go. And then this one, shabam, shabam, shabam. Bam! All good stuff. So, what we're going to do then, guys, is pretty much rename them. So, a ton of you guys gave me some really good name suggestions in the comment section. And some of them are really weird. I'm going to throw that out there right now. Some were quite cool. Some made sense, which I found pretty sweet as well. Now, let's start with the theme park first. Somebody put a comment saying, I apologize, I can't remember who said what was what. But to call the theme park very similar to like Disney Park, which is in, like, well, the one in Florida, which is in Orlando. And to call it Snowlando. Snowlando Park, which I thought was kind of cool. As a little nod to Disneyland in Florida. I think that was pretty cool. We'll do then the zoo next. Which, because we are in a winter wonderland, somebody suggested the Siberian Park Zoo. Which I thought, again, that one made a lot of sense. Because of the climate that it's currently in. And then for the nature reserve... I'm trying to think what the best one would go with for the nature reserve. We could call it like some people suggested like Snowed In Park or Winterfell. Oh, Winterfell's a good one. A little nod to the old Game of Thrones there, boys. We'll take that. We'll take that right now. So we got those 3 areas now all set up. All we got to do then is build everything inside of them to make them a little bit more jazzy, so peeps will enjoy. So I won't do the power just yet or the water. We'll do that once we got everything in, because I can then see what needs power, what needs water, and then do the power lines and stuff towards it. So let's start then with the theme park. And we do these. Some of these rides are quite big, so we're going to try our best right now to kind of. Right, if I go for like a 10 by 10, and then. We're kind of going to do like a little bit of a makeshift path situation. But of course, we're going to have bits that stick out in certain areas. So we can really take advantage of the area. So if I do that basic path layout for now, we'll place the rides around and then we'll add more paths to it. So that's the main gate then. So the first ride is this one here. Oh, no, that's not a ride, that's the Plaza. So drop the little Plaza down just there on the corner. We got the Park Amusement Cafe. So this is like the little area where you kind of get your food and stuff. So why don't we kind of do a little square going around it. Let's kind of bulk that in a bit more. Kind of create like a little central section. We have then the souvenir store, which we'll put on that side. We have the park restrooms. We have then the games booth, which I'm going to squeeze the games booth here. So this one can go there. And then that one can go there. Because that kind of looks really cool. How like it kind of almost creates like a little bit of a semicircle. Which is pretty sweet. And then the carousel is our first ride. So I'm going to drop the carousel randomly just there. The little piggy train can go just here. We got the rotating teacups. These are all kind of small rides to begin with, aren't they? We have then the swinging boat. We have the bumper cars. Do you know what? All these rides feel really small. I don't know what I was expecting, but I was expecting probably a lot bigger than this. So if I kind of just come out to there. And if I do a 4x4 to create like a little bend down there. So I'm just kind of creating little kind of shortcut routes. To kind of bulk up the area a bit more. and create more walkways so you can get to places from different routes and all that kind of good stuff. And the others, we just kind of squeeze in more of these little rides. So I can start putting stuff on like this side. What else we got? We're starting to get the bigger... there we go. Now we're starting to get to the big ones. The Pendulum Ride. We got the big boy Ferris wheel squeezed in. Oh, here we go, boys. The roller coaster right now. Squeeze that in just there. So that is kind of technically pretty much all the rides. Actually, no, I'm not going to squeeze that there. I'm going to place this when it decides to move. Just here. Nice. Now, I could place multiple rides down to kind of fill it all up, but the more I place down of multiple, then obviously the more I'm adding to the bill, to what it costs to run the park. So I've got all this other cool stuff as well. I kind of leave that just for that. So it's very basic. It's got the bare minimum in, but it should do the job. We'll add more stuff to it as time goes on. So let's just get the electricity all connected. So directly from here to there. And that actually all hooks up with the electricity. It already has the water, so I ain't got to worry about that. And that's pretty much good to go. Like, they can start arriving right now and have a whale of a time. Entertainment value is pretty high. Costs us $1,600 to run it. And I'll keep the ticket price at $10. Just try and, you know, introductory offer, as we're going to call it. That's what we'll kind of call it. We'll do then next the nature reserve, and then we'll do the zoo after. So back to the parks then. Nature reserve. No, that's not. There we go. Nature reserve. And this then, we'll try and go in multiple ways. So if I kind of went on a diagonal like that, and then we'll kind of bend and wind this path as we kind of go around to the top there. So you can kind of get away with this being so windy because it is a nature reserve. The whole point you go in there is to either camp or just kind of walk around. We'll do little cut throughs every so often, which will lead to like little camping areas, which is pretty cool. Standard issue, mate. I think I'll bring that up to there. Bring that slightly down. All good, all good, all good. So, we'll first set up little camping areas to begin with. So, we'll do it with like little tents, and you got like little campfire sites and little kind of fire pits and whatnot. So, if I did like a small one here, I'll do 2 little campfires just there. We'll do a couple of... Actually, you know what? I'll do more paths. Do a few more paths leading around it. Like, to really kind of make it feel like it is a little bit of a campsite. Like, this is where people pitch up a tent. So we'll start with all the little small tents first. So dot these all over the place. All the little random spots. And then we'll start going for some medium ones. There we go. And then we go for the larger ones. So we're trying to create almost like a little camping ground. In many ways. I'll get some more fire pits placed down. So more people can burn a fire and keep warm at night. So it looks pretty cool, doesn't it? I kind of like the idea of that, having those little camping grounds. Now you can switch it up with the nature reserve. You can put other different like type of stuff down in general. Like you can have like the larger ones that are like kind of pre-made. So you could I could drop like 4 down in one little go. And while it does look like trees, and it looks like there's nothing any different going on from the trees around it, there's all little tents inside, which is pretty cool. And so lean-to showers we kind of have like towards the end of certain stuff. Certain paths and whatnot. We're doing a little camping area down here as well. We got this one as well, this kind of camping site. Have that directly at the end. Couple of little lean-tos around, and we'll have some lookout towers around these as well. I'll do a couple down here as well. It's always nice to have a little lookout tower, so they can, you know, search the generic area. Right, that's looking pretty good already. Again, basic stuff being thrown in. We have the ability to do fishing cabins, and I can set a few of these up. I don't know whether to do them into the big waterfront, which I think we should. Do one there and there. I'm going to do one there, one there, one there, to allow the path to kind of come down to connect to it. There we go. That's close enough. Good stuff. I don't like this one. There we go. Bit better. So you got some little fishing cabins now all connected up, which is pretty sweet. We then have hunting cabins, which I think we'll do the hunting stuff a little bit further down here. So a couple of hunting cabins dotted around here then. Go for the smaller ones as well. We did a big boulder park just there. I'll do one here and then one at the very top just there. So we can bulk this all up with more trees. But as of right now, 855. Oh, people are already making their way over? Oh, snap. People are already making their way over. What is the entertainment value on this already? So it's pretty high. So we should get this to a 5-star park. No, very easy, basically. And it requires no power as well, which is a good thing. So people are already arriving over here. Are they doing the same over at the... Oh, yes. They're doing the same over at the theme park too. How many you had so far? Whoa, okay. Do you know what? Forget it. Introductory offer is now over. I'm charging full price. So how is this junction coping? Pretty much both of them are kind of like a bit of an issue. But that's cool though, because we can solve it pretty easy. I just want to get this last one in. The zoo now. And then we can play around with them junctions. So same with this then. I want to first initially kind of set up a little bend. We'll have a straight-ish path to there. And then we'll kind of... Because I know the zoo does have larger exhibits. So if I kind of just initially first create a small little format like that, and then we'll play off it. So, right, we have then first the Zoo Plaza, which I'll throw in just there. We have the Zoo Cafeteria, the Souvenir Shop, the restrooms, and then the Moose and Reindeer Enclosure. Look how big these are already. So this already comes with its own path around. So if I kind of place it like that, and then do what I can to connect it. There we go. Bit funky, but it's all good in the end. We have the birdhouse. Just squeezing just there. We have the Antelope Enclosure, which I'll get this just on this side here. We have the Bison Enclosure, which is another one that we can add our own path to. So I'll throw that about there. So then I can get that connected to there. That it's a bit off-centered, but it's as good as. So in the Bison then, we also have then the Insect and Amphibian building, which I'm going to squeeze that just there. We have the Flamingo Enclosure, which I'm going to throw that right there. We'll come back to that. The Elephant Enclosure, which is quite a big one. We have the Sea Life Enclosure, which you should be able to get on. Right there. We have then the Giraffe Enclosure, which can also kind of be almost borderline free placed. Oh, I get that there. We have the Monkey Palace. I'm going to get rid of this little section. Monkey Palace is there. We have the Rhino Enclosure. And finally, we have the Lion Enclosure. Nice. So, let me just now get set up on the paths, the stuff that's not currently connected. Which is you, and of course, you. And they're all then technically connected. They're all powers connected. I just got to get something going across. So I'm just going to do that for now, just for the sake of getting it across. So that will then have the power, which is going to put even more pressure on this whole little junction, as now the zoo is open for business. And peeps can make their way over here. So let's sort this out then. So I think first things first, we'll add in a roundabout. So let's bring up the roundabout mod right now. We'll go for the 3-lane highway. And we'll do it by 60. Shabam. Boom. Standard stuff of what I now kind of simply set up. So they're allowed to continue to flow through on the roundabout, just not onto it. They need to give way, which should aid the flow of traffic. Then the give way signs, you give way coming onto the roundabout. You don't need to give way if you're on the roundabout. So that should aid and help the flow of traffic, but then it's the whole turning to go into here. So we'll sort this one out first. So what I'll do straight away is I'll get rid of the traffic lights, okay? And then what I'll say, actually no, before I do that, I'm going to put like a asymmetrical road on this here right now. So, actually no, I'm not going to do an asymmetrical road. I'm going to do a 4-lane highway. Just to that little section and do the same just there. Reason for it is I can have dedicated turning lanes. So you're turning to go this way while you're going straight on, right? You're turning to go into there, so they don't cross if they're trying to go the same way, and you go straight on. Which means you would go that way, and you would go this way. It's very simple and easy to understand. I'm trying to reduce the amount of lanes that crisscross one another, which should then help us move traffic along. Now, it's not perfect, because obviously some peeps have to cross over the lanes of some other peeps and whatnot, but it is what it is. I ain't gonna have unless I create like individual roads overlapping one another, I ain't gonna get it perfect. But that enables the traffic here to start moving and flowing, thus slowly starting to move this. Now we've got to do the same over here. So bam, 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 shabam, shabam, shabam. And again, turn the traffic lights off there. So that is the bare minimum done. Without me throwing anything else on, without me putting any other like giveaway signs or priorities on any of the other little sections. Vehicle traffic is now able to move. No one's stopped dead still. It's just a case of once they get to the roundabout, you wait your turn. It's pretty much what happens. You gotta wait your turn. So, with that said, this is now pretty much all cleared up. It's moving. It's just now letting the vehicles slowly one by one get over there. And this backlog over here is now slightly starting to move down. So that should solve itself. We have the zoo. No, the theme park is now leveled up to level 2. Which is good to see. The nature reserve level 2. The zoo's not just yet. So same over here right now. I'm actually going to get rid traffic lights just there. Just to ease the flow over there. And just there as well. I'll get rid of all traffic lights on all these areas. Just to allow the vehicles to kind of move in a whole lot easier. And then things should slowly get rocking and rolling. So that little backlog all coming down here right now is completely gone. Right? That's now gone. So vehicles are able to pass through fairly easy. This is good stuff. This really is good stuff. So, are we making money over here yet? Not yet. Not yet. We do need some form of like public transport to be able to go over here, so everyone doesn't have to drive the ridiculous amount of distance that it takes to get over here. Not making any profit yet on the zoo, but we're making profit off the nature reserve. Good stuff. Very good stuff. So what would you recommend I do in terms of a public transportation system? We have the train line already coming through. So I could implement a stop. But if I put a stop over here, how are they going to get over to there, like the passengers? I could set up a bus route, but again, it's only bringing so many people over here. It's a long drive. We already have a monorail stop that ends there on that route. What if we had that came over and then I had a monorail go all the way through here, went straight across there? A monorail doesn't, different to a tram, a monorail doesn't affect the traffic, and it comes down to here and does a U-turn and goes back or something like that. Is a monorail the right way to go, guys? Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about that, but that could be a good idea. It will extend this line, which currently that line goes all the way up to here. So it picks up a lot of people on the way down to the fantasy island. Do you know what? That might be the way to go. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section down below anyway. We might implement that in on the next episode. So this is just the basic format, the basic version of the fantasy island. There's still lots more stuff that we need to add to it. Get it all set up, put some more like rocks and stuff down in the nature reserve, adding more trees and whatnot. But your boy, we're slowly getting there. We're slowly getting there. Traffic flow is wonderful. No issues at the moment. What's the roller coaster like? Everyone enjoying the roller coaster? Oh my goodness me, that is a scary roller coaster. It's kind of crazy, that roller coaster, isn't it? Damn, boy. You're so crazy. You're so crazy. But guys, I think we're going to end it for here anyway. It's been a kind of like a... I don't have many episodes where I don't come across or have many issues. We haven't had an issue yet. We are yet to have an issue. Which is mind-blowing. Really is. We'll wait till next episode when I implement the monorail. That's probably when we're going to have the issue. I mean, the issue would be trying to get a monorail to go across there without clipping through the road. Yeah, that's where our issue is going to lie. It really is. Then again, I can bridge it up and over quite easily using Anarchy, so... 'Tis not the end of the world, Zodiac. It's not the end of the world. But anyway, guys, we're going to end it for here. I hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.